look at this picture. This is a picture, of course, of when I interviewed Sir Sadiq Khan. That's right, Sir Sadiq Khan, right? And as you can see, the petulant attitude with his hands in his pocket, looking disinterested. And this was at a sort of school opening, you know, with children. A very soft interview, making sure that that put him in the very best light. Now, I've mentioned this to you before. When you interview Sadiq Khan, it's a very interesting thing because he will not allow any questions that are off the cuff. He has at least 4 media officers around him that are literally circling him like a hawk, protecting him from me and other reporters. Basically, if you ask anything that's not down about the topic that you're there in hand, well, that's your bigger problem. That's the reason why he's managed to survive, because he never answers anything. He sneers and he laughs, and the way that he dealt with, of course, his counterpart who lost out to him, Susan Hall, at the recent mayoral elections, shows everything that you need to know about this man. The fact that he turned his back on the waspy women, even though he said, "I'm right behind you," just shows what a snivelling, well, let's just leave it there, person he truly is. But what's fascinating now is this. Let me explain. Morning, good to see you. You all right? Thank you so much for your time. Lovely to have your company as ever. It's always good to share the behind the scenes stuff because people don't get that, you know. They present a media image and you might say, "Oh, Neil, you know, you're biased or you're not impartial." I'm telling you my experience because I am there. Whether I'm interviewing Keir Starmer at Downing Street or whatever, I can tell you what truly goes on, right? And the same could be said for Boris Johnson, Kemi Badenoch, whatever. This is what truly goes on. And that happened at that interview. He was appallingly bad-mannered, you know, and everybody thought, well, why have we bothered turning up? He didn't care. You know, you were there waiting for him. He only wanted to be pictured with the school children. But get this, now, unless you refer to him by his brand new full title, which is Sir Sadiq, and you have to preempt this every time you ask him a question, well, he's simply going to be ignoring you, as ever, allegedly, but according to an excellent source. It's the same with his counterpart, Emily Thornberry. This is Emily Thornberry, who sneered at the working class voters who simply had a flag outside their home and a white van.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you took the mickey out of someone flying the England flag and had to resign as a result of it.
Oh, you're talking about a photo I took 10 years ago.
Yes.
And I put on Twitter. Yeah, no, I took a photo 10 years ago of a house that was completely covered in England flags. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
And people made all sorts of assumptions about it? All right, okay. Sorry, I'm so far beyond, like, kind of trying to sort of explain, you know, it was a photograph, you know, and other people have decided what it was that I was thinking or saying. You know, I mean, as I say, it was a very long time ago. But I did, you know, as far as I was concerned, if it was going to do any damage to the Labour Party, do you know what I did? I resigned. Do you remember when people used to do that when they made a mistake?
Basically, she put it online, mocking them. These are the voters that were once very staunch for her and Sadiq's party. And she's now been made a dame. But apparently, you know, she was quite against all of this stuff before. Miraculously, now Keir Starmer as well pushed that through. She's quoted as saying she's more than happy to be known as Dame Emily, and you must refer to her as that. Many people don't realise that her husband was already a Sir, but she wanted to be independent in her own right. You see how these people obviously clearly now work. What's fascinating about this is, as I say, when you get up close and you meet them, and I've met both of them, Emily Thornberry turns up, shall we say, a little bit refreshed, to put it politely, on the many occasions that I've seen her at my studio. And the other side of the coin is she doesn't really have much time for people unless you're definitely in Emily's corner. You get the picture. As for Sir Sadiq, as I said, he could find himself literally talking to himself because insiders say they refuse to do it. But unless you call him that, whether it be on camera for a media interview or indeed in a one-to-one at the City Hall People's Question Time, well, he's simply not answering. What would you do? Neil Sean, Kensington, London.